we're in sync already. Just like the boy band. I was thinking about NSYNC. I always reference them as a joke, but who was actually in NSYNC? I don't even know.
Justin Timberlake was NSYNC.
Okay.
NSYNC.
Does that mean that Lance Bass was in there as well?
Who the fuck's that? Sorry, Lance Bass.
The gay one.
He's
the only one, the other one I know.
You'll have to show me a photo or something.
Well, fuck,
I probably still wouldn't even know. I was a Backstreet Boy girl, so I didn't.
I'll put a photo of NSYNC that I find off the internet in here. and Backstreet Boys. Wait, so who was in Backstreet Boys?
Mark Wahlberg, Donnie Wahlberg.
Was Mark Wahlberg really in Backstreet Boys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right.
Maybe not Backstreet Boys. Maybe it was the other band.
Okay.
I wasn't a very good boy band kind of girl because when I was going sort of like through my early teen stages, my stepfather was very much into like Judas Priest, Thin Lizzy, Led Zeppelin.
Is that why you're so cool?
That's kind of that's the vibe that I sort of...
I probably would have been into boy bands for fucking ooey. Now he calls me. What?
You get my message?
Oh, now. He just said. Yeah, I just got it because I've just seen it now. Mel, I'll tell you, let's reconvene, yeah? I'll call you when I'm back so you don't have to sit on me.
I realise now, I was talking about New Kids on the Block, not Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, no, that had Marky Mark. Yeah, Marky Mark and his brother, right? His brother was in
Right. Yeah, that was...
What was his brother's name?
Donnie.
Oh, because I was going to say it was Julius Wahlberg or something. I don't know what to...
Julius. No. Donnie.
Okay, so remind me, but Donnie Wahlberg was the one from the beginning of The Sixth Sense, right? Did you not know this? In the opening part of The Sixth Sense, where someone breaks into his house and shoots him, that's Donnie Wahlberg.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, there you go. I've only seen The Sixth Sense once.
So remind me of some of the Backstreet Boys. Was it Backstreet Boys that you said? Oh, shit, now I've got them confused. No, New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block.
So what were some of the New Kids on the Block songs? I don't actually remember.
Step by step, ooh baby.
I don't remember that.
Get to you, girl.
No, I definitely remember that one. Any others?
That wasn't their most famous one.
Don't worry, we won't get a copyright strike. There's no way I'll recognise that.
But the New Kids on the Block did like recent music.
Really?
And their current song, well, the one before last, is one of my favourite songs in the entire world. It's fantastic.
So what is it?
And it's only from like 2 years ago.
I didn't know they were still going.
Look, I'm not sure whether you'd say they're still going, but they're New Kids on the Block. Yeah, they're definitely sort of bringing stuff out every now and again.
Okay.
The newest song, it's
you must really like it.
Yeah, Bring Back the Time.
Bring Back the Time. Is that like Remember
2022.
the Time?
No, that's the Michael Jackson one, but...
Oh, yeah, I couldn't remember.
If you like
that.
New Kids on the Block...
Yep.
And you're of our age, generation, so that they were sort of young when we were, go and listen to Bring Back the Time, because it's basically about wishing it was back
in the 90s.
When we were younger. And yeah. It's a great song. It's got a good beat. And
you want to know what's funny? So all of those boy bands, I definitely remember New Kids on the Block. There was another one with two guys who were like really blonde that I can't remember the name of.
Bros?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I was a big Bros fan.
Yeah.
Do you remember Indecent Obsession?
Vaguely.
Oh, I loved Indecent Obsession.
Okay.
Absolutely loved them. Yeah.
All I remember is being terrified of liking boy band music or bands where people were like, "Oh, they're so gay, man. They're obviously gay," because I was terrified of being identified as gay.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Look at all that
That's not a
beautiful
great
music
way
I
to-
missed out.
I know. I mean,
Don't worry, I sat in the closet and fucking blasted that shit.
and then when you came out of the closet, you
Yep.
were like a raging fucking gay.
When people look at me, that's totally what they think. There's a raging gay right there. I'm trying to think of other bands from when we were younger. Because there's been so many.
Westlife?
Oh, yeah. Yes, okay. Westlife was the one that had what's his face in it, right? That is so unspecific. Just realised what I did. You know who was in it.
Ronan Keating was in one of them, wasn't he?
I think he was in Westlife. Which
it
one
him?
was Robbie Williams in? Was it
Oh,
It wasn't Westlife. It was another one, wasn't it? But I can't remember. One of my mates from a few years ago, Irish, he loved this band. He actually put me on
Really?
to Robbie Williams when Robbie Williams went solo.
right.
Anyway, sorry, Robbie Williams, if you're listening to this. We can't
Sorry to
remember the
everyone
band
in
that
those
you
boy
were in.
bands that we can't tell apart.
Maybe it was Westlife. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, maybe it was Westlife because they were pretty popular as well. Westlife.
Yeah, that's another one that I wasn't allowed to like, yeah. Sorry, that I was too scared to like.
Too scared to like. I'm sorry. You should really gay it up now though, and like listen to them all now.
You're right, I should totally overcompensate.
You really should. To be fair though, Backstreet Boys, when we went and saw them live a while ago now, when they came out to Australia, they were fantastic live. Like even now, were amazing. So, they're still, and like I say, New Kids on the Block have got they're sort of releasing new stuff at the moment, and they're fantastic.
Okay.
They've still got like the energy and the pizzazz and everything. So it's kind of like a little bit of nostalgia, obviously. But I think if you listen to the old stuff knowing that you sort of like them, then yeah. I mean, you would know half their songs anyway from the radio.
Definitely. Yeah. So I'll definitely check out that song that you mentioned that I've already forgotten, but don't worry, when I'm editing this, it'll come back to me.
When you were living with us, you probably heard it a million times anyway.
Possibly, yeah. I'm trying to think of other bands that came out around that time.
Oasis.
Oh,
Blur.
yeah. Oasis is good. I liked Oasis. That's another one that my
I love
Irish
that.
mate put me on to. And Blur was one song something or other, the woohoo song. It's called Song.
Was it them?
Yeah. That was Blur.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's them. Exactly. It sounds exactly like that internet. I'm making fun of Mel, but actually I could recognise the song from how she did it.
Well, I'm surprised by that.
So what are you listening to these days? Do you really listen to anything specific these days?
Yeah. Yes and no. I tend to listen to a lot of playlists, like Apple playlists, because they've just got a whole bunch of stuff that's really easy to listen to. And if I particularly like an artist, I'll like go and hunt them down and stuff. If I hear a song and go, oh yeah, I'll go hunt them down. But the majority of stuff at the moment is Sabrina Carpenter. We're listening to a little bit of.
I've heard of her.
Dua Lipa, because I was watching
I've also
a
heard of
short-
her.
Yeah, well, we should have heard more of her, I reckon, because I was watching a short or something the other week, and someone said to her something along the lines of, forgive me, internet, because I don't fucking know, but along the lines of, oh, you've won the most amount of this award, and you've won this many awards, and I was like, bloody hell, like, that's a lot of awards. And
Yeah,
I've
how come
never
I don't
even
know who you
really-
are? Yeah.
Yeah. So then I made a concerted effort to go and find one of her playlists. She's actually got heaps of songs that I know, just didn't know that it was her. So yeah, and a lot of country. I still listen to a lot of country. So, yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Any particular artist for country?
Not really. We've got. I like Luke Combs. He's fantastic. But that's about it. Otherwise, like I just sort of whatever's on the country list randomly. Yeah. What about you?
I wouldn't honestly say that there's anything specific that I listen to, because I'm more I like this song I'm less interested in the artist. I mean, they have to have a lot of stuff that I really like. Things I'll listen to, guaranteed. Like if I'm like, oh, I'm going to sit down and listen to is usually like Pink Floyd or something like that, because I was an emo kid.
Yeah.
But it is funny these days remember how when we were younger, you would always be so hesitant to tell people what sort of music that you like, just in case they judged you. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's just like...
I still feel that a little bit.
Oh, you don't have to worry with me. I like classical music. Not all, obviously.
No, we like everything.
I like movie soundtracks a lot.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Funny story about movie soundtracks.
Okay.
Have you watched Twisters? The new movie.
No,
Twisters?
I know you were so
Twisters.
excited about that, and I haven't watched it.
Loved it, right? Anyway, the soundtrack is fantastic. So I get in the car the other day with hubby, and one of the songs on there is like a Luke Combs song, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a great song, blah, blah, blah. And then the next one came and I was like, oh wow, this is a great song too. And then I was like, hang on, this sounds like we're watching the movie. Are you listening to the soundtrack? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, wow, it's awesome. It looks like the best playlist.
You were like, oh, I like this song, and this one, and this one. By the way, can you see Bunyip's head over here?
Yeah, I saw her walk in. You can see her tooth now.
Yeah, she's smiling at me. She's a good girl.
Yeah, soundtracks are great though.
Yeah, I like... I seem to like a lot of Hans Zimmer soundtracks.
Oh, yeah.
Because he did like all of the Batman movies. I think he did all of the Batman movies. He did the two Dune movies, Interstellar,
The new
Gladiator.
Dune movies.
The new Dune. Oh, if you did the old ones, oh my god! I wonder who did the. Actually, let me just Google that. I want to know who did the old ones.
I never saw
I'm so
them,
curious. Who wrote the soundtrack for David Lynch's soundtrack for David Lynch's Dune? What?
Sounded like you typed the same thing 3 times. Funny.
Oh, I just.
Yeah.
No, hold on. This can't be right.
Who was it? Hans Zimmer.
No. I think there's a little sperm in someone's eye then. No. Okay, I want you to try and guess. Just guess. I'll give you a hint. It was a band. Who did it?
Electric Light Orchestra.
No. Toto.
Oh yeah, Toto, that's cool.
Oh, bless the rains down in Africa. I didn't expect that. Whoa, I really did not see that one coming. Oh, I guess the dog's just doing the rounds here.
Yeah, well, you're important. You started singing. She got to come.
Do you like my singing, Bunyip?
Yeah, she loves your singing. I like Bear McCreary. He's probably one of my favourite composers.
Yeah, so he did the
TVs.
God of War and God of War Ragnarok soundtrack. And I tell you what.
Correct.
I'm pretty sure I've shown it to you. This is like there are a couple of things. I've definitely shown it to you more than once.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things that I like. Okay, so most reaction videos I just find really annoying on YouTube, but there are a couple of categories where I'm just like, I'm just going to sit here and just do this all day and just watch reaction videos. So one of them is, not really reaction, one of them is watching deaf people hear for the first time.
Oh, I love those.
That just gets me going. I mean, not like, yeah, people who are suffering, and that's not what I mean.
No.
It chokes me up. Yeah, it's really nice. People who haven't seen their dogs for a long time. This is so dumb.
Oh. I get more reaction about the dog reacting rather than
exactly.
the people.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The dog just going psycho because it remembers them. Then there's... I'm so late. And then there's a specific scene from Your Name, the one where she falls down the hill and sees that he wrote "I love you" instead of his name. I'm addicted to seeing people react to that scene. I don't want to watch that scene. I've seen it plenty. I just want to see other people seeing that scene.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
Okay, and the other one is there, and two parts from God of War Ragnarok. So one of them is... sorry for people who've never played God of War Ragnarok. I'm about to fucking spoil it, but anyway. One of them is where the big reveal where you find out that
A Norse god is a Norse god.
that Odin was in disguise as another god whose name I can't remember at the moment, and kills Brock, who's a character who was with them since the first God of War remake. He just turns around and kills him, basically. And it's a very pivotal moment. It's very shocking when it happens because no one sees it coming. Oh, I love it, Mel. And the other one, of course, is when Kratos blows Galahorn to indicate that Ragnarok is beginning. And that the music in that section is just like, oh my God, it's so good. Yeah. Thank you, Bear McCreary.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there's another one. Stuff. Oh, two others. Okay, so I'm nearly done. Sorry. Okay. Two others. One other is the announcement of the original remake of God of War, where Bear McCreary was actually conducting a live orchestra to the game that was actually happening on screen. Nice. It was very, very good. Well, I don't know if it was a full orchestra, but you get the idea. Yeah. And that moment when Kratos steps out of the shadow and everybody realizes, oh fuck, this is God of War, and no one knew. And the other one, final one, I swear to God, this is my last one, and then you can tell me some. My last one is when the Final Fantasy VII remake was announced.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy had to be in there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so what about you? I know that you and Drew were actually the ones that got me hardcore into watching YouTube. Because until we lived with you guys, I barely watched YouTube. Somebody might send me something, and I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, we're addicts. We're full addicts of YouTube.
So what would you say you watch the most on YouTube these days?
Travel stuff still. We're still watching a lot of travel things, like slice of life kind of blogger people. Mm-hmm. We watch Good Mythical Morning most days. You've watched Good Mythical Morning?
I might have. I don't remember.
There's these two guys in America, and they do bizarre shit basically, but try taste test of weird things, and they're funny. They're comedians basically, and they're a good laugh because the episode comes out, I don't know, like 10:30 at night our time, so it's kind of like our thing that we watch before we go to bed to like put us in a good mood kind of thing, like it makes us laugh and stuff. But I stopped watching. This is gonna sound so fucking bad. I stopped watching on YouTube like homecoming videos, like surprise homecomings. Okay. A lot of them are military because you know America is a huge proportion of that, but I used to love watching them. And like, you know, people coming home from the holidays and, parents screaming and kids getting excited and families loving each other and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I got really depressed because I was like, I don't have that. So, like, I don't, like I'm never going to experience that kind of excitement. And then, so while initially it was like, oh, so sweet. How sweet that is. Yeah. And then
it's so sweet seeing this thing that I'm never going to experience. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, when you guys move back to Sydney, we'll do one of those.
Sydney?
Melbourne. Did I say Sydney?
Why did you say Sydney?
I had no idea. I don't know why I said Sydney. It just came out. Like I said. Do you
want to move back to Sydney?
No, I don't. Uwe still is sort of like, I like Sydney more than Melbourne, but I'm like, no way. Melbourne's better.
Go for a holiday.
I don't even want to go for a holiday. I lived there for like how bloody long. The city's boring.
Yeah, that's true. True.
It's got no soul.
Well, there is that. But you've had a pretty good experience down here with, opening up your friends and game boards.
That's what I call them.
Board games.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say. Let's talk about that. So you've definitely got a way bigger circle of friends than I do. So it took me a long time in life to find my people. But my circle of friends is not that big. I wouldn't say. And I like it that way because then I can like give them more attention rather than being that sort of person. It's like, oh, I haven't seen you in like 6 months, you know, that sort of thing. I haven't spoken to you in 2 years or something like that. It's like, well, are they really a friend? Really? Or are they just someone you knew?
They're an acquaintance.
Yeah, exactly. But you've got way more friends than I do, and I'm totally not jealous. I mean, you're way more charismatic than I am.
Shut up.
You totally fucking are.
We don't actually have a large circle of friends, I don't think. I think we've got a large circle of acquaintances.
Okay.
And I say that from a purely not. We were very. I use lucky with inverted commas here because we are in a religion, or because of the beliefs that we have, it opens up a circle of a group of community to us that, like if you're religious of any kind, you would have your church group or whatever group that you go to, your temple group, whatever.
Yep.
So you meet people through that anyway, and because you have similar beliefs and you have similar ethics and morals and stuff like that, presumably, then that, you have more people in your life because of that, and you talk more often and you go do religious things together. But I wouldn't necessarily call them all friends. They're people that we hang out with, they're people that we do religious things with, but they're not necessarily, they don't know the ins and outs of my life.
And I know that you're not it's not like you're not saying that you're not setting a standard, they don't meet this standard. It's just like, no, that's just what they are in your life.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So
I know
it might look like it.
Yeah.
But
okay.
We're not, I don't think, I don't think we've got, basically you guys, Tam and Paul, who we don't see very often, but we speak to a lot, like, Messenger and stuff, like you guys, basically. And, we play games with a couple of other friends that we are speaking to regularly because we play games with them. So, but other than that, we don't have a huge circle of friends. So, I don't know. Whatever. I would like to. What was that thing today, actually? I watched a YouTube video. Video about.
No, you didn't watch something on YouTube. I can't believe it.
And the top good news that they brought for the week was that some university, Bristol maybe, has been doing this study for years, decades, about what's the secret to happiness, essentially. And the people that lived the longest and were the happiest, the thing that made that happen is connection with people, having deep connections with people.
Okay.
So go out and find yourself a group of friends that are important to you and that, that you connect with, because then you'll be happier and you'll live longer. That's something you want to do. That's
genuinely pretty damn good advice, Mel. I'm gonna. I did that and I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, well, there you go. See.
So how's Totoro? Is that how you say it? Did I say it right this time?
Yeah, look at him. Totoro.
That I said because I said it Totoro last time. I was very embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. Look how cute he is.
So
he's all by himself there.
Let's talk about love scenery because we've both been watching a shitload of it. So where are you up to now? Don't spoil anything for me.
27, episode 27.
You're nearly done.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, do not say anything. So next episode for me is episode 18. I really crushed it in the last few days. I went from episode 3 to episode 17.
Are you enjoying it?
I am. And I've watched a lot of kdramas, so I know the rhythm of these shows. So, you remember, I'm just going to go back to some of the messages that I sent you guys. So there was.
I'm going to have a drink while you do that.
Yeah, okay. So there was, at one point I remember it was like, they did that thing where the two characters who are going to be, who we know they're going to fall in love and all that shit. They just happen to keep missing each other. Just miss connections all the time. That's what is it? Sliding doors, yeah.
Sliding doors, yeah.
I'm like, Oh my God! It's another near miss in the beginning of the next. Hold on. No, it actually started further back. I said, I said, are they ever going to fucking meet? And then, oh my God, it's another near miss in the beginning of the next episode. And then I mentioned, okay, the internet cafe scene that you were talking about is coming up.
Yeah.
Where that guy's like yelling out, love this food, and he hears it through his headphones.
Yeah.
And then
amazing.
They finally met. and I think it was, and I was like, I'm so invested.
Yeah. I was pretty invested early on, actually.
So after they met, and that whole part where she's trying to pretend that she's not, I can't even remember their names, but she's not the famous singer. She's trying to like pretend that that's actually not her.
Liang Chen.
Yeah. And those few episodes where she was doing that, when he finally says, when are you going to stop pretending and just admit?
Oh, I know.
I was like, oh, thank fucking God, finally someone says it.
Yeah. That was amazing because their face was just like...
Yeah, I'm just so glad he just came out with it. It's like, oh, thank you. We're all thinking it.
How dumb do you think he is that he would still think that you're not? Anyway.
Yeah. Then when they started spending some time together, I was literally just like, okay, something bad is going to happen so it's going to be we can't be together because this thing to do with my career or something like that, which hopefully does not happen, but I've got a feeling that it's going to happen still. But I thought it was going to happen a few episodes ago.
Well,
no spoilers.
So
no spoilers.
Where are you up to?
My next episode is episode 18.
So what's just happened in your episode?
Oh, shit. He's just asked her... He met her outside just after she's gone to see him when she'd just been to the doctor that said you don't need surgery.
Oh, right.
And then he says, can we date?
Yeah. Yep.
Why? What are you saying it like that for, Mel?
I'm trying to remember what happened between... I'll let you know if when I finish, I'll let you know how it goes, but... Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to say anything and spoil it.
Okay, I've got a K-drama that I think you would like.
Look, I think I'm going to be done with Asian drama after these two.
No, this is different. This is not your regular not your regular K-drama. Okay. Yes, it has a love story, but that's actually not what it's about.
Oh, no, yeah.
But I don't want to. It's called W, Two Worlds.
Yeah, you told me about this. We talked about this whole thing last episode.
Oh, no, but now I actually remember the name of the episode. name of it. It's called W, Two Worlds.
You even put it up on the screen and everything. We had a whole discussion
did you do it? I'm so happy to hear that you actually watched the episodes afterwards. Because I remember I was talking about it and I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah. You remembered it later.
I cut out most of the part of that episode where I was like, fucking hell, I cannot remember the name of this episode. This is bugging me. But yeah, I did eventually remember it. But it was, that's really good. I quite like that one.
All right, I might look it up.
But What's Wrong with Secretary Kim is a really good one.
Yeah. What's that on Netflix?
Yeah, I think they're both on Netflix. Actually, I think W Two Worlds is... I think it's on Prime and some other stuff. I'm sure you'll be able to just Google it.
Yeah,
you'll find it. So the good thing that I always find about the K-dramas I end up liking is that they're not just the love story. Like the whole story isn't just the love story. There's a lot of other stuff to it.
Yeah, right.
So if you watch W Two Worlds, I'm going with when. You'll notice pretty quickly. Oh, okay, this is interesting. This is different.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Go. Sorry.
What's Wrong with Secretary Kim is like that as well. It's like, okay, yeah, this isn't just your traditional love story. There's a bit more to this.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. I'm a little bit. I'm guessing it's just like a cultural difference of the way we are in Western culture versus the Eastern cultures. But I feel that the over dramatized modesty for the women is really off-putting for me.
Yes.
So it's not like the worst thing ever, but it's sometimes, like in the one that I'm watching, the other one, You Are My Glory, there was a scene, there was a scene where he grabs her and he puts her on his lap. Like, he's just grabbing her and
I'm going to
sits her
watch
down.
You Are My Glory, by the way. I am going to watch it after this.
That's cool. So he grabs the woman, he sits her on her lap, and then, he goes to kiss her, but she's all like... And I'm like...
Yeah.
I can tell you now, there's no way in the fucking world that if you wanted a guy and he pulled you on his lap and he was like this far away from you that you wouldn't fucking kiss him. Like...
Yeah, I actually agree
top
with you.
kind
And
of...
there are... That's... It's technically misogyny. Because it's like... This is way too conservative for reality. Reality is not like this, even in the slightest. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, we need to do this to like either drag the story out or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the women don't have any... And this is definitely a big thing with Western culture only recently, I guess, is that the women have no sexual agency. So they can't seem to want to be with someone, or they can't be seen to, find someone attractive, or, publicly.
Or they can't be horny or want sex or anything like that. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Women want to have sex sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know how often, but, it's apparently they do.
But even just the, not even necessarily sex, just kissing and, hugging and touching and stuff. In the two that I've watched so far, it's been very much the man has to do and the woman can't. And I just, every time it happens, I'm like, like you wouldn't, no one would do that. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bit...
There've been a couple that at least a lot of K-dramas are like that as well. And it is annoying. Yeah. It's just like the style that K-dramas have made popular. And the Chinese dramas are we calling them C-dramas? Are we going to call them
C-dramas, yeah.
There's probably internet. Tell us if there's a different name for them. I don't fucking know what it is.
No, I'm on a subreddit for C-drama, so...
Oh, okay. Well, you are going deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, that is an issue. And and it's just the female obeisance to men is such a huge issue in all of those shows. It's like women have thoughts and things that they want to do that has nothing to do with you.
That's right.
Yeah. They don't just want to go shopping. Well, they're allowed to if they want. They can, but that's not the only thing that they want to do. They don't just want to look pretty.
No, but that's what... I mean, look, to be fair, the two Asia dramas that I've watched have been both female celebrities. So I'm not exactly working with like a range here, but unfortunately, maybe they're not all like that. But yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with that. Like long term, I'm not sure that it will be something that I'll be able to watch, because I think it will just irritate the fuck out of me by, and especially because it's like you say, some of them are really long and drawn out, and so there's episodes where you just go, come on.
Yeah, did we need this episode?
Did we need that? Like you went to dinner and then you looked at each other longingly for, 25 minutes, and then what? Nothing. Okay, well, next episode. Like
this is what I was talking about at the last episode, where they just finished that mission and they're looking at each other longingly, and it's like they basically just had sex for Chinese TV.
Yeah. Well, that's what I imagined in my head. It's taken too long to get there.
Yeah, and it's like I remember watching some of the. This is going so deep, internet, into K-dramas and C-dramas. Like, they would like make a big deal about the fact that they held hands. Like, we held hands. It's like, no one cares. Just fucking hold hands, do it, okay? No one gives a shit. Did you just jizz them or something because you fucking held hands? Oh my God. So lame.
Yes. Yeah. But having said all of that, I do really like the romance of it and the, I don't know, there's something about them that is appealing. I think it's maybe just the romance. Everyone loves a good love story, but yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, look how many I've watched. Seriously, it'd be well in the hundreds by now.
Yeah.
Have you ever... Okay, you haven't watched a lot of them yet. And I'm sure that when you realised that Love Scenery has 30 episodes or whatever it is, you were like, okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Normally, most K-dramas I watch anyway will be like, usually there are 16 episodes. That's the standard, 16. And we're talking hour and a half for TV episodes with ads and everything. So on Netflix, it's about just slightly over an hour.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
long.
There have been ones I've watched, Mel, where I started watching. I must have been going through a K-drama drought where I was just decided to watch something that wasn't really up to the standard I'd normally watch. And I remember watching it, getting near episode 16. I'm like, I'm up to episode 10, and it doesn't feel like we're going anywhere right now.
Yeah, yeah.
There were 60 episodes. Oh, man. I watched them all, of course, but...
No. I nearly quit the other night, actually.
Oh, really? For Love Scenery? Or You Are My Glory?
For You're My Glory.
Yep.
Well, both of them, really, because what we were just discussing frustrating me. I said to you, I don't think I can watch, like, another fucking 20 episodes of these things, like, just back and forth. And then we put on Love Scenery last night, I think it was, and I was all like... Again. So I don't know. I mean, again.
So one of the things that I really like about What's Wrong with Secretary Kim is that the male lead is so full of himself. He's like,
I love the sound of that.
But it's funny because he is so full of himself, and like everybody else is just like rolling their eyes around him, and he's just like. Constantly.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find that one. I think because that one's pretty much the one that from the sounds of it, I think I'd enjoy it from what you said in the past.
Yeah, Michael's watched that one and he liked it. So
yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna keep looking. We'll see, but yeah. You know.
So you're still playing Foundation?
Yeah, I was actually playing it earlier and yesterday and stuff. Yeah, I've gotten back into it. Started.
How many worlds have you destroyed in Foundation and started again?
6 or 7 now.
Okay, so just imagine that the people in those worlds were real. You basically destroy their universe.
No, you can't say that. That's awful. They still exist in a save file. It's fine. They're still there. Pixels are still in the world.
Their bits are still there.
Their bits are still there. It's fine. You know. Although world-ending stuff probably wouldn't be that bad. I don't mind at the moment, but you know.
So do you think you've got the game figured out now?
Look, the problem... This is
a good conversation when you started with something like this.
This is how stupid I am. I know Foundation pretty well, I would say.
Yeah.
Just because of like the amount of time I've spent in it. Not as many as other people. Anyway, on the subreddit, because I'm on the subreddit for Foundation, and all these people are posting these amazing things and, you know, big walls and just amazing cities, right? Absolutely amazing. And I'm like, yeah, I could do that.
And?
The dumbass that I am has started a world and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to build this up and it's going to be medium density and there's going to be houses everywhere. It's going to be fantastic. Then I spent like 30 minutes. I think I streamed this actually. It was like 30 minutes of me trying to fuck about to try and figure out how to get fortification. I hadn't unlocked it. I couldn't unlock it. I wasn't going to be able to unlock it for ages. The thing is, I think these people are starting worlds with like their own rules of like everything unlocked and all the tracks open.
Okay.
So they've got everything to work with straight away.
They're cheating.
And dumbass me is like sitting there going, why can't I do this? So I built up this tiny little village. Fucked it from start to finish, basically. Spent ages wasting money and resources trying to build fences and walls and...
Then killed them all and started again. Yep, gotcha.
And then I killed them all and started again. Because I was like, I think I finally realised that everyone had these people that are building amazing cities are doing it off the open sandbox mode, basically. And I'm here trying to do it as like...
Yeah, you're trying to do like the actual campaign sort of thingy, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. So you've switched to streaming on Twitch now, right?
Yeah, occasionally.
It is more game focused, definitely.
It is more.
And with YouTube, you need a pre-existing audience to be able to do live streams. Otherwise, no one will watch. Because no one on YouTube is looking for someone to watch a live stream of.
No.
Yeah.
No. that's basically where I came down on it. But having said that, I'm not a big streamer anyway. Like, I pretty much do it just for shits and giggles. I'm not here for the streaming life because I think I'm not very good at it. I sometimes forget that I've even got the stream running and don't even look over.
And you're like, I haven't said anything in half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like so focused and zoned in.
I used to be like that when I first started as well. But now, so I stopped doing the streaming because I used to do a bit on Twitch, but then it didn't really take off. And I was like, I'm not really interested. So I switched to YouTube and no one really watched. And I thought, I'm just going to record this. And I used to do that thing where I'd forget to talk. Like, if I'm really tired, I try not to do this when I'm really tired anymore because I literally forget to say anything. And sometimes I'm just so tired, I just sit there and just staring at the screen. But I did a recording of where I'm up to in Silent Hill 2 last night. And it had been a few weeks since I last played it because I've been so busy.
Yeah.
Number 1, completely forgot all the controls again.
And number 2,
I spent like half of the video just figuring out where I had to go. Because I'm like, I bet this is really obvious. Fucking hell, I bet the internet's probably screaming at me right now. And I definitely walked past what I needed to do at least once. So the first 10 to 15 minutes is just me walking around going, things. And I'm like, maybe it's these filing cabinets. It wasn't the filing cabinets. But do you know much about Silent Hill?
No, not really. Other than there's a big triangle head. Is that Silent Hill?
Pyramid head, yep, definitely. It's close. He's in 3D.
What do I call him? Triangle.
He's not a 2D character.
I only know Pyramid Head from PAX because people walk around as him. There was a costume there a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And he looked amazing.
Yeah.
Or she, maybe.
I remember
I don't know.
it was a he, and he had a really hot body too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Oh. I might have noticed.
I only saw the
But
triangle.
not that I'm sexualizing people at PAX, but he did have a hot body.
I have questions, but I'll follow them up later.
Okay. So he's in, that Pyramid Head is in this game that I'm playing. And I've seen him.
Is he the one trying to kill you?
Well, he definitely has tried to kill me. But for some reason, this alarm went off and he left. He's very weird. The first time I saw him, I was hiding in a closet. And it's like those diagonal slats of wood. Yeah. Where I could see him, and he came right up to it. So he must have known that I was in there, and he was doing all these really weird movements, and I just thought, that's weird. And then he walked off, and he's dragging that big sword behind him.
Yeah.
But then, so about, I don't actually know how long it was but the next big event was that I basically came into an arena where he was in there, and he killed me once. But then I lasted long enough where whatever timer it was like, okay, time to go, and he just walks off. But there are some weird creatures in this Silent Hill 2. So the section that I'm in right now has a lot of these not even characters, creatures that have a normal person, legs where your legs are, but then where the rest of your body goes upwards, no, it's more legs. Yes, Mel.
Like additional legs or just really long legs?
No. Additional legs.
What? So legs on legs?
Yes.
On legs.
Where they've got the top section of their body is another bottom section of their body. Yeah.
Do they have a head at all?
Well, if they do, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you can't see the top of them? It's
no, I can see the top. It's just their legs on the top, at least. I haven't actually looked at the bottom because I'm too freaked out when I see them. Because they're usually running at me to kill me.
He's not going to put a photo up on the screen right now.
You can just watch the other videos. You watch those other videos. They got me so many times last night too. Jesus. I even saw one of them. And I'm like, okay, you're not going to get me. But of course it jumps and gets me. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I was doing last night, doing some more Silent Hill 2. I'm trying to finish this, and I need to loop back on Riven. Did I tell you about the remake of Riven?
Yes. Yeah, a while ago we talked about it ages
God,
ago.
it's beautiful. But yeah, so I
Yeah.
need to just finish that with Shan. I got sort of stuck, and then I remembered some annoying things. Yeah, so yeah, I think we've already talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've just been playing Overwatch again and Pulsar a little bit still.
I remember that when you guys left me on the planet.
We've actually got to a point in Pulsar where we're nearly at the end. We just have to jump around now and increase our gear.
Okay.
And like kill stuff because our gear's not strong enough to fight the end boss. So we're nearly there. It's just we have to find time to do it. So
That's cool. Have they been adding much to the game?
Nothing. It's not under development anymore.
Oh, so it still looks exactly the same as it did before.
Yeah.
What do you think the polygon budget is on that game? 10 or 20?
5 cents. We actually just found another game that we've signed up for beta for. It's a 4-person. It's called Jump Ship. It's by no, it's not out yet. It's in we just saw it. We saw a video for it on YouTube. It's like Pulsar except like way better graphically. So we've signed up for the beta for that. So hopefully if we get in at some point, because that looks really good. Like stupidly though, you're on a spaceship in space, obviously doing stuff.
That's where I put them.
Yeah, and then there's fires on the outside of the spaceship, so you have to go outside and like put out the fires. And Drew's like, how is there fire out there? There's no oxygen. And then she goes to the comments of YouTube and it's like, why is there fire outside? There can't be fire outside. Yeah. It's like, it's a game, people. Relax. Just, anyway.
In this space, there's oxygen.
Round, yeah. But it looks really good, actually. Like, you go out and you do battles and stuff, and then there's lots of fighting and on other ships, and it looks really, really good. So 4-player co-op, which right up our alley. So yeah,
cool.
Have a look at it. See what you think.
I'll check it out. Have you heard about the Dune game that's coming? Actually,
No.
Let me ask you: how do you feel about survival games?
It depends on the survival game. Okay. I'm not very good at them. I tried Valheim. Remember Valheim?
Yep.
Yeah, I hated that game. Couldn't figure out how to do stuff easily. I was like trying to build a house, and then I had to keep going and get wood, and then you have to keep going, and then you come back, and then I don't like the resource gathering and the survival aspect of things.
That's basically how I feel about them as well. My biggest pet peeve of those sorts of games, and it's really I would probably say survival games started off with like Terraria and Minecraft.
Fuck Terraria right up the butt.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Terraria, but they're both like that sort of gather materials and figure out how to make stuff, and I'm just like,
yes,
I don't want to figure out how to make stuff. Just fucking tell me.
That's what annoyed me about Terraria. I'm not even lying when I tell you. I'll go and check my Steam game time, but I spent like however long I was in that game, an hour, 2 hours, trying to figure out how to build a campfire or build a stick or something, and I could not, for the life of me, work it out. There was no instruction. When you clicked on things, nothing happened. I didn't know what materials I need. I was so frustrated.
I can imagine.
I was so angry. I never played it again. I was like, no.
I'm exactly the same. I'm just like, no, I don't want to figure out your crafting. Just tell me what I need to get to be able to make this shit, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Tell me what's missing.
Yeah.
So I can go find it.
What about Don't Starve? Yeah. Have you ever played that?
I played it very, very briefly. Again, similar problem. I didn't realise when I first played it, I knew the premise of the game, but I didn't know that you had to have something or other to make the light to stay alive overnight. So then I died a couple of times, and I was like, okay, I figured this out now. And then I just didn't get it. Like, I was running around collecting resources.
Yep.
To survive the night, but I just what
so for? That you can run around collecting resources to survive the night.
Yeah, didn't get it, and I feel that way about roguelites too, to some degree.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you do the same thing. There's no progression.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like there's no progression. There is, because you're learning things and you're
powering up
you're powering up, but the gameplay itself has no progression, so you're kind of like, I'm doing this again. Like,
that's also why I don't like racing games, because like, gee, I can race this track again. That's exciting. Oh no, wait, I can go the opposite direction. Isn't that exciting? But no, I feel exactly the same, Mel. And I'm just going to say, internet, we're fucking allowed to agree on shit, okay?
Yeah.
I like stories. I like when there's a point to something. If there's no point to something, then I'm usually not very interested in it.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm struggling with a lot of those survival roguelike kind of games, because it's kind of like, I don't want to just... I mean, they're fun while you're playing them. I think it's more for me, I prefer playing co-op with friends, so that it's the friends that we're sitting around talking and playing stuff with.
Did you end up playing Baldur's Gate 3 in co-op?
Yeah, we haven't... Yes. Technically, if you want to be technical, we've finished it once.
Oh, okay.
However, we were unhappy with the ending of us turning into mind flayers, so we went back a save. And we haven't played, like, we've started sort of playing through a different storyline from the one that turns us into mind flayers, and we haven't finished that yet. So I like to say we haven't finished it.
Okay. So I played it with my old board gaming group. From back in Sydney. And we finished it. We definitely finished it. In that group, everyone jokingly just refers to me as the chaos of the group, because...
Yes, you are. Yep.
Because shit just look, it's not me specifically. Shit just happens around me.
No, it's because you run off. That's why. It's not about around you. It's because you're over there and we're all still back here.
So the funniest...
There's chaos for a reason.
The funniest moment, which... if anybody watches the Blood on the Clock Tower videos, I think it was the first time that Sean ever joined the game, he made a reference to this moment, but his version of it is just from his perspective, so there's like all this shit that he missed out on. So we'd just done a quest to get something back, and we were going to take it to the bank in Baldur's Gate, and so we had a quest to take it back. So we were friendly with the bank, everything's good. Going back to the vault in the bank, so two of my mates are like going down into the vault. I'm behind them some distance, because you know me, I'm just like, oh, I'll go over here, yeah. And one of the other guys is I don't fucking know where. He's just like somewhere else in Baldur's Gate. He's just gone off on his own to do something. I have no idea what he did. And that was Sean. Sean was the one who just pissed off to do something else. Anyway, I round the corner to head into the vault, and I accidentally click on a trap. So instantly, all the guards are aggressive to me, because they think I'm trying to rob the place, because they thought I was trying to lockpick the trap. And it's like, no, I accidentally clicked this. I didn't mean to click this. I'm so sorry. Nope, it's too late. And I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do? And I'm like calling the others, help, I'm in trouble here. Two of the others are already in the vault, and they're like finishing the quest. And the other guy hears me, and he starts coming back. So I've hidden somewhere. I've like, because I'm a rogue, I've gone stealth so that nobody can find me. And by this stage, guards are everywhere. Like
everywhere, yeah.
And so like because there's like 3 floors or something, so they're all been coming down.
All of them.
And I engaged like turn mode so that I could wait for somebody to turn up to help me. So the 2 guys come up from downstairs, from the vault downstairs, and they come up and they're like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like they could hear me, but I'm not very good at explaining things when I'm panicking. So they're like, what the fuck is going on here? Why are all these guards suddenly aggressive to us? We just did this quest. Because because they're in my party, they're aggressive to them as well.
Yeah.
So then Sean turns up upstairs at the entrance to the bank, instantly gets killed by about 10 guards. And then he sits there for the next hour while the other 2 guys downstairs slowly kill every single guard in the bank. There's this one...
And you're hiding?
I know, I came out of stealth when they turned up.
All right.
But there was this one point. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. They're like, okay, Ben. All right, Ben. We need you to kill this guy. You can do it, because I would stealth into assassin, which means it's a definite crit with my shot. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to target him. Oh shit, I accidentally clicked on this thing over here because it was in the way. It wasn't I was trying to turn my camera and it accidentally clicked.
To be fair though, that was the worst part of Baldur's Gate, is the controls when you're trying to target something weren't always the best.
Yeah. Oh man.
And like sometimes you'd click it before you actually, like, it would just go and yeah.
And so that's the game where, so I think I already told you that the Emperor,
yeah,
I was the only one that wanted to have sex with him, so the other 3 sat there and watched.
That's creepy. Mind you, have we discussed the racism that is inherent in Baldur's Gate 3?
Well, you need to be clear which racism you're talking about.
Okay, so I played a dragon, obviously.
Yep.
And I could not get anything to fuck me.
Really?
Nothing at all, yeah. And Drew and
like, how hard are we talking? How hard were you trying, though?
I picked every single option that was always flirtatious. Every single time, 100%. And so did the other 2 that were playing. 100% of the time they flirted. They got to have lots of intimate scenes with lots of people.
Oh, okay.
And me, not one.
Wow.
Could not get... No one wanted to bone the dragon. Just racist.
I had a dragon person. What are they called in D&D? I forget.
Dragonborn?
Yeah, I had a dragonborn in my group as well, but he wasn't horny.
Yeah. I was trying everything.
Except for when they were watching me having sex with the Emperor, who is a illithid, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Drew boned him too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, lots of funny stuff. I mean, there was also the time where... So when... I think it's at the beginning of Act 2, the whole point in the beginning of that is you're trying to get somebody out of the cave-in.
Yep.
So when we did that, he comes out and he's like really angry and he starts killing people. But I'm in the conversation with him because I just happened to... Oh, no, because I was Drow. So he has a conversation with me.
Right.
Worst decision for our group.
Well,
because I'm just
we had a few of those.
Well, let's see what he's got to say. I just want to see where this discussion's heading. He just starts, over the course of the conversation, well, I'm going to kill these people now, and now these people. And I'm just like, okay, but are we going to get to somewhere good? This is what I'm thinking. So. There aren't a lot of people left for him to kill, and the guys are like, what are you doing, Ben? Stop letting him kill people. And
that was kind of the fun part of it.
and then eventually I was just like, oh, fine, I'll stop letting him kill people. And so we started fighting. So by that time, most of our potential allies were dead already. It was actually Sean. Sean had an item where you could throw it and it would summon a beholder. I think they're not called a beholder, but...
Yeah, nice.
But the beholder is like its own faction and it will just attack whatever it wants to.
Yeah.
So we're just like, okay, this is going really good. This is going really good. Sean's like, hey guys, look at this. Summons a beholder. And we're like, what the fuck are you doing? We were nearly done. And now this thing is going to fucking kill us.
It was such a chaotic game, that one. For anyone that wanted to cause problems with your friend group, play Baldur's Gate 3 with them, because you can do stuff and... Oh, it was accidental. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I hit the wrong button. And they will never know, and you could be crazy the whole time. It's great fun.
I remember one of the guys was like trying to start a relationship. He's a deep gnome, and he was trying to start a relationship with another deep gnome, but I think I did something that ruined the relationship, and he was like really upset at me. I don't remember exactly what it was. I might have killed her, but I don't remember.
I could have killed them. I don't know. That's kind of a relationship.
But yeah, I really...
Well, necromancy, I suppose.
I never played that single player. I still have not played a single player.
Yeah, I don't want to have to manage
That's why I've not played
the
a single
party.
player. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's just too much effort for me.
But
I just, you know.
Did you ever play the original Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2?
Yeah. We've still got them, I think, in the original discs.
Yeah. I remember Baldur's Gate 1 came in that big thing where there were all the CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember how Baldur's Gate 3 came, but yeah. 2, sorry.
No, I think it was just a box, like a, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should pull out the old thing, but.
Yeah, I really like those games, but I enjoyed Baldur's Gate 2 more than I enjoyed I enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3 way more than both of them. Baldur's Gate 3 was just so much fun. I can't believe they're still patching it though. They're just constantly adding new stuff.
Yeah. Well, people keep replaying it, right? Like, I mean, I'm not likely to replay it, just because it's so long and so deep, and it took so long to get through. But you know, other people I know that have played it within like a few days.
That's incredible.
That certainly hasn't been my experience.
Yeah. I read a story I know we're still sticking with Baldur's Gate 3 for a really long time, but it's just such a minefield. I read a story that someone had done a DLC, it's like their own mod, which is basically a Ravenloft campaign for Baldur's Gate 3.
That's awesome.
I'll try, if I can find it, I'll put a link in the description. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, I should get back to Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
Finish it.
There's a lot of things about that game that you don't know you can do something until you do it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. There you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of combos and stuff that you don't realise, or you have to be really particular about learning all the spells and how they work together, because you can pull some really cool combos out if you've got, like, if you pick the right things. But you know,
I remember one of the big fights towards the end of the game. It was that. Oh, that's right. I was fighting that girl the evil girl who can turn into other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were fighting her. She's like one of the big bosses that we had to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was the only one who could do any amount of damage other than 1 to her, because she's got that special armor that just reduces damage. And I don't know if it was a bug to do with my character, but like when I first attacked her, I basically took half of her health off because I just managed to do a gigantic crit on her.
Wow, fantastic.
And it was a guaranteed crit as well. So... but yeah, anyway, so yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. We've actually been going for like 1 hour already.
Wow.
Hey, did you want to do an intro and an outro?
We are hopeless.
We are so professional. Internet.
Such a professional outfit, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the intro? I'm happy to do the intro, and you do you're better at the outro.
Okay, go for it. Go.
Wait, or was it the intro you're really good at?
It doesn't matter.
No, you're better at the intro. You do the intro.
Neither of us are good at either of them, so you just go.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Shitcast, where Mel and I just talk about whatever comes to our mind. We literally don't have any notes for this episode, but we somehow just find things to talk about. It's amazing. Join us and all that stuff. Yep.
You know, the problem you're going to have is that my lighting's different now.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. Okay, do you want to do the outro?
Sure.
Okay, I'm ready now. I'm not saying anything, but yeah, go.
Well, you might at the end. Thanks everyone for joining us this week. Hopefully you've had a bit of a laugh, because I know we've enjoyed ourselves. Check out some of the Asian drama that we're talking about. Check out Baldur's Gate 3. And come along for the next one in a fortnight. See yous.
Bye.